The Warden was revealed now all the way back on October the 3rd, 2021 at Minecraft Live, and is one of the most hyped up features in the Minecraft community. But sadly, at the moment we know very little about it. Really all we saw is how it walks and how it will interact with the world. But in this video everyone, I'm going to be talking about how some new Warden information has been revealed by Mojang. So if you do go on to enjoy the video and like the Warden, be sure you drop the video a like and subscribe if you are new around here. Only about 8% of you that watch these videos are subscribed, and without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So King B Dogs over on Twitter has been talking about the Warden quite a lot recently, and it all began where he says it feels like a constant theme while working on the Deep Dark, the Skulk and the Warden that I ask myself, is this too scary for Minecraft? So that's a bit of a funny comment before we get into the main one, but it's pretty interesting to know the Minecraft developers envision the Warden and the Deep Dark as being this really scary place and these really scary items, apart from anything we've got in Minecraft before. Like, I know we've got creepers and zombies and skeletons, but these are all kind of cute and they have these little blocky pixelated faces, whereas they envision the Warden has been this terrifying creature that lurks around in the dark, which they see as might be too scary for Minecraft. Now at first when I saw this I was like, yeah, it looks pretty creepy, but I did not know that Mojang wanted to make it scary, and that's pretty interesting because all the way back at Minecraft Live they says they want this mob, this one mob, to be a reminder of the first night in Minecraft and kind of the embodiment of the first night of Minecraft, where it's scary, you're hiding around, you do not know what's going on, it's creeping around and you just feel so scared and vulnerable. That's what they want this mob to make you feel like. But yeah, that's a bit of a funny comment. But then later on, an hour later in fact, King B Dogs says this is a good point and something I've been thinking about. To be honest, I don't know the solution other than having extremely late game reward that makes a Warden pretty easy to deal with. My only problem with that is it somewhat defeats the purpose. I don't know yet. So that was obviously in response to someone saying, you know, the Warden's gonna be annoying, there needs to be an item because Minecraft's not a stealth game, there should be an end game item to easily defeat it because they've got short attention and stuff like that, and they do not want to have to deal with the Warden in the late game. It'll be very annoying. So this response by King B Dogs actually reveals a lot, which is that Mojang want the Warden to be a constant threat to the player, whereas later on, you know, in Minecraft it can get pretty easy to defeat the Wither, the Dragon, every single mob in the game, and I've kind of saw this as a problem for a while in Minecraft. I think there's this pretty cool mod where as the days go on the game gets harder, and that's something I've wished was in the base game forever now, because I always really loved the first few days in Minecraft where you just feel so vulnerable and you have to struggle to survive and thrive in this whole new Minecraft world. But after a bit the feeling of that goes away, where you're just running around with your fully enchanted diamond armor one-shotting zombies, and it just kind of loses the purpose. It's like, now I've got this far, what is the point? So I kind of wish that something like that was in the game, where the mobs would progress as well as you progressing, so you never lost that feeling of being vulnerable in Minecraft. And I think what Mojang are trying to do with the Warden is very, very cool. Obviously, if players like a more passive experience, there's obviously peaceful mode, obviously, and easy mode, normal and hard, obviously. But I really like this, in my personal opinion. I like how Mojang and not giving us a real way to defeat the Warden. They want it to be constantly there. And actually, this is pretty interesting. There's another tweet by King B Dogs saying the point is to have special loot in the chests. We don't want players to be encouraged to defeat the Warden. So we already know, and we've knew this for quite a while, that the Deep Dark is going to be filled with this very rare, valuable loot, which we do not know what it is yet. It could be something brand new. It could be something that already exists in the game, like diamonds, obsidian, you know, right? You know how it goes by now. But the Warden is there to constantly be a threat, so if you want to go down there for some of the best loot in the game, you will be at risk of being defeated by the Warden, and I really do like this. Obviously, if you play stealth games like I do, you'll know that the Warden will not be too difficult to avoid. Obviously, it's directed by sound rather than vision, so if you wanted to really avoid this, all you have to do is be a bit patient. But I understand some people struggle with their attention span and they would find it very annoying, and I agree. Sometimes I just want to jump in Minecraft, have a bit of fun for a few hours and jump back out. So I understand what those people are thinking. I do kind of agree in a sense that Mojang should add an item to make it easy to get around the Warden. If not easy, just less time consuming. But as I said earlier on, I do really like this, and I like how the Warden is kind of this beefy boss where there's no real way to defeat it, and I really do like that. But this is pretty interesting. Let's go back to it. I don't know the solution other than having an extremely late game item reward. What could this be? What King B Dogs is talking about? I know it's unlikely to make its way into the game, but let's just think about it. What could it be? Could it be a rare set of boots? Could it be a rare sword that can very easily wipe out the Warden? It's just interesting to consider the possibilities, and if you think about it, it could actually still happen, because Mojang always think they know what's best. But you know, if the community has tons of backlash when the Warden finally releases in a snapshot, who knows, it could be a lot harder than we expect to avoid. Then who knows, maybe Mojang could still add these items. But I agree with King B Dogs, that would defeat the purpose of the Warden in my opinion. I just feel kind of sad when Mojang introduces new mobs to spend hours and hours and hours and hours of time put into researching it and developing it, and then it only takes a few hours for someone to get an ultra rare item where they can just completely bypass what Mojang have been working on for absolutely ever. It's just kind of sad, and I do like how the Warden is just kind of this undefeatable threat to Steve, which has never been seen in the game before. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video and you're excited for the Warden to make its way into Minecraft, be sure you drop the video a like and subscribe if you're new around here. As I said, only about 8% of you that watch these videos are subscribed, so be sure you change that. Go down below and click that subscribe button so that you do not miss out on any future Minecraft videos. Everyone, it's been me, ItzJhief here. Thanks so much for watching. You can check out our Twitter and Discord, there's links to both in the description of course. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and goodbye.